Administration and our domain registrar. They give me a way to transfer my domains into the registrar. I do not know what registrar to send it to because I don't have faith in any company. DDoS mitigation. Are you debating Nicholas Whitney today? I don't know who, you've donated like 3 times. I don't know who Nicholas Whitney is. I heard he was a great debater. Is this just like a troll? Don't know. I have no idea. DDoS guard dropped us while I was writing this post. This meme about Russia being a free country is a joke. The U.S. is a free country with no stewards to protect it. Without the U.S., there's no second best. So don't expect Cloudflare to crumple so quickly, and don't have a plan C for DDoS mitigation. The Russia shit probably, if I had to guess, did Russia really drop them because of like pressure?
No, come on.
Because they don't want to mitigate that much traffic. I kind of wonder. Because of like, was it really like Russia was like a Russian company was like, oh, this is bad PR, or was it just like we don't want to deal with this much fucking traffic? That'd be my guess, but I mean. Resource allocation. I own IP addresses. RP allocation is from Avon Internet. It's one of 5 private companies which allocate internet resources around the world. Avon happens to be based out of Australia, which recently passed draconian censorship law. Okay. Hosting. We have 1 host and I'm looking to 2 more. It's likely the hosts will give up 2. The 2 hosts confident they can handle the KiwiFarms are probably wrong. DDoS guard was confident they can handle KiwiFarms since they bring it on for less than 24 hours. How much site how much traffic can a site like KiwiFarms have? When I say traffic, I'm not talking about legitimate traffic. I'm saying they're probably getting DDoSed because like internet terrorist Keffels and all of her friends are probably like paying for a whole bunch of services and like sending a whole bunch of like traffic their way, like illegitimate traffic. It's an organized attack. There's a coalition of criminals trying to frame the forum for their behavior. These criminals provide opportunities for professional victims to amplify the message. Journalists canonize the crimes of the behaviors for themselves. This machine that was built up formally of 8chan and activities. Anytime the cathedral wants to test the new fronts, blah, blah, blah. The KiwiFarms, I think KiwiFarms needed to crack down on moderation, and they should have changed a rule or two when everything started going public. Like, I think they should have clamped down on doxing. They should have just made a blank, when they started blowing up in attention, they should have just made a rule against it. They should have said no doxing, and then anything that even looks like perceived like external harassment should have been like insta-banned. I know that like all the KF apologizers will come out, or apologists will come out, oh, they don't do harassment, blah, but like you have to, you paint yourself in the most unsympathetic light possible when your site is like posting full doxes and shit.
Yeah, true. We're not doing anything bad. Also, everyone on our website's currently doxing everyone. Like, what the fuck?
At this point, it's hard to say what would have mattered, but they definitely didn't do themselves any favors.
Because they technically have a rule against it in TOS, but like if they don't enforce it.
I have made like an unfair accusation in the past against like Demon Mama about like posting shit on 4chan, which isn't really fair. I've never seen Demon Mama fake anything before. But I wouldn't put it past people to fake stuff now, because you can see that in this like internet war, like everybody's willing to go as hard as possible on the Keffels side. So it wouldn't surprise me if like bomb threats and shit were just completely fabricated, like they're posting on their own on this website to fabricate them, since they've shown that they're obviously willing to play with like every tool in the box. You should probably make it so new unverified accounts on your website can't comment for some time, just in case people don't try to psyop threats against Keffels here and get your site banned. Oh yeah, I was talking about that earlier, that we're probably gonna have to go like really strict on moderation. It's pretty crazy that I'm like worried about getting banned from shit, but I don't think I've actually done anything even remotely wrong recently. But yeah, there's probably gonna have to be things that we have to clamp down on, because are they still fighting over trying to vandalize my Wikipedia?
Debate Crowder.
It's locked now? Yeah, good.
I can't read any of that, but I can barely read it.
Statement on Cloudflare is crazy 180.
I feel a lot less online after looking at the edit section of your Wikipedia page. Jesus Christ.
Obama.
So intimidating, a singular person could wield so much power. It's not a problem that KiwiFarms is going down. The problem is Keffels is the one doing it. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's pretty spooky. I'm just investing all of my money waiting for the waiting for the shitstorm to head my way. Vosh, finally being good faith with you. Really?
Tweets, you know, the spiciest stuff. The times.co.uk, you know. There's Destiny, a friend of KiwiFarms. You know, he's been sort of on their side for this. Taylor Lorenz has been pretty active throughout. Here's Annie, because, you know, a lot of the people who, I'll say, a lot of the people who have helped Keffels are with White Nervosa, and those people with White Nervosa are right here.
Annie was one of the big people trying to vandalize my Wikipedia article. She was the one that was tweeting about it, and I think she was one of the people trying to be one of the big editors on that. Annie43, you can see right here. She was trying to vandalize it by including the allegations from Kotaku and some other shit article that were both just quotes of what Keffels said with no evidence or anything whatsoever.
To be fair to Destiny, he said KiwiFarms was bad. He said KiwiFarms and Keffels were like equally bad, like they were made for each other. That's like...
They deserve each other. They absolutely do.
No.
Somebody said Vosh will eventually end up with a knife in his back. I don't think so. I think he's a little smarter than that. And by smarter, what I mean is like he has no value. So I think Vosh will continually sell out harder and harder and harder to get back into the good graces of like the ultra progressive wave. I think he's pretty much compromised like all of his values, all of his integrity.
I think you can still end up with a knife in your back. But he will do his best to get back in those good graces. Someone will try to take a snipe at him. Unjustifiably for some clout. Because Vosh will say something, because I think he recently said something nice about Destiny as well. You just gave him like credit for his I don't know, ending his Vosh is ending his Fortress arc. He was giving credit to Destiny for being able to like expand his horizons to new people, whatever. The Vosh wants to do that now. So I can see that leading into an arc where people start blaming Vosh and accusing Vosh of being these things because he's like quote unquote platforming some bad or like worse people, and that'll be technically a backstab. Then he'll probably go back into another Fortress arc, and his channel will slowly die, and that'll be, I would consider that a backstab. But yeah.
And once you're willing to do that, staying in good graces is really easily. Like generally, falling out of good graces will either usually happen because either one, somebody goes against something that like you value or believe in, which Vosh has no like consistent values or beliefs, because everything is arbitrary and consequentialism or whatever. Or two, you get into like personal beef with somebody, and I don't even know if Vosh has any fucking friends to get into personal beef with.
Just started watching. Can you fill me into what's going on?
No. Talking to Jesse about this on Thursday, but do you have any legitimate directed raids other than the Twitch Plays Pokemon meme? No, we don't do that in my community. It's not even because I'm a good person. It's just because it would be so stupid to do that. It would be so dumb. It would be such a bad look for me to be directing raids for my shit. Why the fuck would I ever do that? Like, I'm too big and I've been on the internet for too long to do something that fucking stupid. She got banned? Wait, for what? Vertelli, what are you talking about? Did you just get blocked by her or something? I think they decided Mary Sue was a generally reliable, so that allegation might go back on your Wikipedia. The irritating thing about both of these articles is that neither one of these articles reached out to me for comment, which is irritating if they're going to include an allegation about me. And two, the journalist didn't do any research for either of the articles. They just reprinted what Keffels said uncritically. That seems like it's not standard operating procedure for most. I've had lots of journalists reach out to me in the past and say, hey, we're writing a story about this. Do you have a comment? Or, hey, I've had so many different publications reach out to me for that. It seems really weird that like the side like C-tier Kotaku and all these shit sites or whatever just like will reprint something uncritically and they don't reach out for comment for anybody. That's really annoying. Isn't putting unfounded but properly sourced allegations against you kind of like adding Trump's allegations that certain countries are crap holes to their article? Wait, I don't think that statement has ever been contested. That Trump made the shithole countries remark? Does Trump say he didn't?
Close to 500k subs, Westony. Isn't putting unfounded but properly sourced allegations against you kinda like adding Trump's allegations that certain countries are crap holes to their article. I can find multiple sources for that.
Also, I don't mind being quoted on things I've said, but the quote from those articles was that my community was working with KiwiFarms. Like, it's just not true. Also, I don't know if Wikipedia has this rule or not.
That certain countries are crap holes to their article. I can find multiple sources for that.
True to Kaiser. By Kaiser's will.
Good.
True to Kaiser.
It's these guys.
True to Kaiser.
All right. Jesus.
Also, I don't mind being quoted on things I've said, but the quote from those articles was that my community was working with KiwiFarms.
True to Kaiser.
Like, it's just not true. Also, I don't know if Wikipedia has this rule or not, or if there's a way to report people for this. I don't think you should be allowed to edit Wikipedia articles if you're an activist on the other side. Like, why would you do that? Like, this person is clearly like an insanely radical activist that is in favor. Like, they work with White Nervosa on all those white leaf bullshit sites. And they've like made like fake rape accusations about me on Twitter and shit, and my wife. Like, why would this person ever be allowed to fucking touch my Wikipedia article? That's fucking insane. Like, that's some wild shit. I don't know.
Sucks that never-ending unending summers here. Oh wait, that doesn't get me.
This discussion is so interesting to follow. At some point, they're
just
trying to
kidding.
cite a source that Destiny denied the allegations Keffels made, but are having trouble because they can't prove Destiny's the author of the Omni-Liberal Twitter account.
Why am I demobilized?
If that's your logic, which I agree, then who should be allowed to touch Trump's wiki or Hitler's? Is it people uninvested? Well, like, so for instance, like, if you're like a activist for a Democrat, you like a Democratic anything, like if you work in BLM or anything like that, you probably shouldn't be allowed to edit Trump's Wikipedia article. I think that's fair, right? If you've been to like one protest, that's fine. But if you work for like the BLM organization, or if you're like a lawmaker,
Okay, essentially the point of this is that you should have vetted editors, like some vetting for the editors. That's all. I mean, it's no big deal.
probably shouldn't be able to edit like Trump's Wikipedia. I think that's fair.
So you don't think Wikipedia is a secure place for information that isn't easily altered, like you said before? Paraphrasing.
Nope. What I said before was that there can be vandalizing on smaller articles, but larger articles are generally taken care of because they'll have like an owner of the article, and those articles will be locked from public edits. That's exactly what I said before. I understand that you don't like to listen to me because you're just like farming for opinions that reinforce your particular point of view, and you don't actually intellectually engage with anything I say at all. But I'm pretty sure you can go back, and that's what I said verbatim. That smaller articles can be vandalized all the time. It happens. It's an annoying thing on Wikipedia because anybody can literally go in and edit those. But for larger and more mainstream articles, they tend to have like owners that own those articles, or they tend to be locked from public edits.
Oh, wait, what's this?
Who owns the articles, though? I don't know how they dole out those responsibilities on Wikipedia. I'm not sure. I'd have to go and check. I don't know what the ins and outs 100% of...
By Caesar's will. Our way.
The fuck? Whatever, whatever gets you across.
Do you own your own wiki? No, I don't. You're not supposed to... That's... I'm pretty sure there'd be a conflict of interest.
Our way. True to Kaiser.
Is there a land... our land attachments are... Okay, we have to be a little bit careful, but we're... Bubble out a bit.
If you'd like to include allegations that Destiny is involved in the weaponization of both his audience and KiwiFarms in order to abuse a transgender streamer, they need to wait until evidence emerges. One streamer claiming this happened while not having a single reliable source corroborating the accusations themselves, not evidence. Adding claims of targeted harassment to someone's Wikipedia article as soon as they are made and for any evidence to come to light is very responsible and right for spreading misinformation. I hope you understand why I wish your edit to be reverted. Wikipedia editors should not attempt to compile evidence. We do not wait for evidence to emerge. Instead, we summarize reliable sources. These are the two cited sources. It's annoying because both of these sources... It's the same source! All they do is uncritically quote... they just both uncritically quote fucking Keffels, and that's
BLM
it.
supporters have been allowed on Chauvin's trial. Serious.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's just links to the.
Should BLM supporters
tweets.
have been allowed
It's
on
like,
Chauvin's trial? You'd have to go through jury selection and all that for that. That's a jury selection is a really complicated. I don't think I mentioned this fucking article. I don't even know why this article got quoted. Why is the PC... Oh, nice. Why is the PC Gamer source relevant for this article in regards to Keffels? There's no mention to Destiny at all. The only relevant source for these edits is the Kotaku one. The allegations mentioned in that article are on the back of speculation on what Keffels' stream was going to be about before it happened, with no reference to where these allegations are coming from, or any reporting, or any response from Destiny himself. The source doesn't seem to be very
You
reliable
should
in
talk
that
to Fred
sense.
Brennan about Wikipedia misinformation.
I'm probably good. Source doesn't seem to be very reliable in that sense. No mention of who's making the allegation. It is arguably in the back of speculation of what a stream is going to be about. There are no other source mentioning the allegation at all. Unless I
hard
can see
up in the
otherwise.
north. I don't know how we're supposed to. Well, once Battle of
It
Hoover
doesn't
Dam
seem
takes
impartial
place,
if
then we
one
can.
article
But
can mention / speculate allegations, and for as long as no one else decides to write an article mentioning the allegations, those allegations can remain front and center without any challenge. If I write an article making allegations against you and there's no other source corroborating it or commenting on them, is it impartial to mention the allegations made in that case until another article is written about it? I don't think so. We don't make editorial decisions. So wild, dude.
how many demolitions do we have? 1K available. Are they the only crew that's using demolitions? I don't think they are, right? They are, okay. Yeah, sure. The problem is I don't know if I'm making demolitions. Okay, the only one using it's probably.
Are you happy with the
there's a
integrity of
square
the wiki
here,
mods
which
of
is
writing this?
annoying.
I mean, it got
Takes
removed,
that
so yeah,
But we have
I'd
a
say
river
so.
to defend. They shouldn't be able to move. Did you just get naval invaded?
I know where to hit you where it hurts the most.
These are like Sasuke. Or if it's the same voice actor as Sasuke. Voice actor.
You're citing multiple sources that are reciting the same claim by the same interested party. You're not citing multiple sources substantiating the claim, or multiple parties reciting the claim. I think RTBA linked me like an archive where basically, this is so strange how this happens. Oh, it's not strange, it's okay. I just wish that people understood what they were reading. That like, all of these articles, anti-trans stalkers chasing Keffels around the world, anti-trans stalkers chasing Keffels around the world. Like these websites will basically just, they just like repost stuff from other sites like Vice or what were the two ones that did? Was it Vice and Kotaku? And they just basically just repost the whatever gets it.
Jesus Christ, he's in like every video game imaginable. What the fuck?
So it's 100% automated. Yeah, I don't know if it's automated. It's just people don't realize sometimes. I know this when I do like debates on research with people. They'll say like, "Here's 8 studies," and I'll be like, "8 studies? You've linked me 8. First of all, you're linking me 8.
Oh, he's just a bunch of like side
Every
voice.
media
Like
piece
he's in
refers to
Star
the
Wars
same
Fallen.
study. That's not 8 sources.
Just Star
That's
Wars
8
Jedi
different
Fallen
media
Order,
pieces
but he's a
linked to the
voice
same
source.
source.
It's a voice somewhere in the game.
Hi, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Right. I think at the very least we have